Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. After a pretty incredible weekend, a lot of things incredible about this weekend for me weather-wise. One of them, the stretch of days in a row of record high temperatures. Let's see, Flint, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, easily probably today, another record high temperature, maybe Tuesday. So you're going to get, a lot of places you're going to get 6 days in a row of record high temperatures. Traverse City, 95 degrees. A couple of days this weekend. Those records were from back in 1891. I looked it up. Our 23rd president, Benjamin Harrison, was in office at that point. Hey, good morning, John Heiner and Dee Ann Somerset and Bill Adams. So an incredible stretch. Now, when you talk about heat in September, another incredible thing for me was the lack of wind. Usually, hot temperatures have to be just blown in from the south quickly. Not the case. Again, you're out there, and the wind was fairly light this weekend. Hurricane is still going on. That's slowing down rain for us, and I'm going to show you the next chance of rain. And I really can't show you a great chance of rain, I'll be honest, because it looks very dry for the next 10 to 14 days. So drought is going to strengthen in Michigan. And if you got landscape plants that are stressed, or could get stressed, I should say, you want to start watering them. Things that have been just planted maybe in the last year or two. Definitely. Will this late heat affect Great Lakes ice this winter? It's very interesting that the Great Lakes do react quickly. I'm going to do a post on the water temperatures. The water temperatures now have jumped up in the last 10 days to above the average temperature, because the average temperature, remember, now is going down on the lakes. So it doesn't affect it in the long term. What it affects is if we get cold air back into the area quickly, say in November, and say October stays warm, then you get that big difference. Then you get a lot of extra lake effect. Am I in my underwear? No, I'm actually in my shorts. But that is a really good question. See, the shorts. And I'm sitting out on the deck of the cabin. We took the boat out of the water, and I don't think you necessarily have to do that, but we're not going to be back for several weeks. So, you know how that goes. For those of you that have a place up north too, you got to make that decision. All right, let's get to it. All right, here are the temperatures. High temperatures expected for today. And again, there you see it. About 90 degrees, if not a little better. A little hotter in places. Now this model has been good all weekend. Chance of rain early Wednesday, Thomas, I'm going to show you not a very good chance. If you're anywhere, I would say from Clare southward, you're talking just a tenth of an inch, or probably less, a couple of hundredths. It goes real fast. Okay, so here are the high temperatures for today, and it's just like the weekend, maybe 2 degrees cooler in any one spot. Detroit, Ann Arbor, near 80 degrees. Lansing, Saginaw, Midland, back up to, I had one of my beagle's hairs on the screen, sorry about that. Back up to around 90 degrees. Grand Rapids, 91. Muskegon. I thought Muskegon was going to get hit 90 this weekend, and that to me would have been pretty incredible with that lake breeze. Traverse City again, 90. Up in the north, 90. Up across the UP. This is probably really extreme for the UP. Temperatures in the 80s, and there you can see the cooler air. I'm sorry, Jackson. You're 80 again, or you're 90 again, 89 to 90 or so, okay? All right, rainfall. Here is the radar forecast, and the hurricane is doing something that I wrote about. It's blowing out the hot air and having it sink over us, and that kills rainfall. So we're going to go into this rain forecast. This is this afternoon, 3 o'clock. Could an isolated storm pop up anywhere? Yes, it's possible, but not very likely at any one spot. Jennifer Carroll loves snow, and James Fisher sounds like he doesn't like snow. 2 comments right back to back. I love snow. Hey, it's better than snow. So I think that's one of the beautiful things about living in Michigan, is we can decide which seasons we like and don't like. All right, we're into tomorrow, or tonight, this evening, I should say, and the shower's still holding off in the UP because of the hurricane out east. And I'll show that to you right now. This is going to show it up real clearly, okay? Let me give you where we're at here. Here's the hurricane, Maria. Here is the frontal system, and you can kind of see how it's shaped opposite because of the venting mechanism around this hurricane comes all the way up into Michigan. What's October looking like? Sally Lopez Branderhorst asks. I think it is going to be warmer than normal, to much warmer than normal for the first week or so. And then I would expect some cold air to come in. I'll show that to you too. Okay, so let's go on with this hurricane and our rain. This is tomorrow, Tuesday. Hurricane approaching the Carolinas, but right now it does not look like it's going to directly impact the, did I say the Dakotas? The Carolinas, I must say. Snow, snow, snow. Loving this weather, not ready for snow. I love the heat, I hate the heat, I love the heat. Be interesting to find out. My theory is, in Michigan, it's about 50-50 on love, hate of the heat. Although I know I got a mean case of swimmer's itch this weekend on that warm water. Wow. Okay, so this is Tuesday. Here's the frontal system. Watch what's going to happen Tuesday night to the frontal system. And mostly because of the hurricane, the frontal system is just going to dry right up. This is a rainfall forecast for 6 hours, and you're looking at 100th to a 10th, if you're lucky. And by Wednesday noontime, it's just pretty much all dried up. Now, the cooler air is starting to come in. We get back down into the 70s and then down into the 60s. And the one nice thing is the cold front latches onto the hurricane and starts to shift it on to the east. David asks, big snow this year? Hard to really tell. We always have that chance. There's nothing that says it wouldn't happen, but it just all has to come together. And you're talking to a guy. When I talk big snows in Michigan, I talk 1978 type snow, not a foot and then the wind dies and it's gone. I'm talking, you know, when I want a big snow, I want a 23 to 30 incher, some wind for a day or two. Yeah, gardens are parked. Exactly. I had to text my daughter and say, hey, can you please water our stuff out in front of our house? Okay, so let's go in a little bit farther. This is into Friday, and this is significantly cooler air, which could stimulate a few bands of lake effect, fairly short-lived, 6 to 12 hours, because as we go into the weekend, look what happens again. A big high-pressure system starts to blow up. That's the drought pattern, and that's how droughts establish or show themselves, is that high pressure just keeps coming back. You get a little break, you try to get a chance of rain, it makes it fall apart, and then here comes the high pressure. Not 95 degrees like what we had, but a dry high pressure system. We're 7 days out now. This is next Monday. Our American model shows a rain trying to come at us, and again, drying up, maybe a couple of tenths of an inch of rain. The European model shows nothing, and I wanted to show you this. I'll leave you with this, okay? These red lines are temperatures at 5,000 feet up in Celsius. It's what I use to gauge how warm it's going to be out in the distance. This weekend, we had plus 18 Celsius over us, and today, okay? Now, we're going to next week early, plus 9, plus 12, plus 15, plus 18, plus 21 plus 24. So in other words, there is another hot dome developing in Minnesota and Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, and with a southwest wind, it be coming this way. Now, I don't think that we're going back to the 90s, but I still think we're going to have 3 to 5 80-plus days here in October, probably in the first week or so. One more thing to show you. If you're getting bored, you can just go ahead and log off. If you're not, that's beautiful. I'm going to show you one other thing, too. Let me get the right perspective here. Let's look at this. Okay, while we have the heat here, I do see winter building up here in the, well, here's the Canadian border, a couple of 100 miles north of that, and central Canada, there is cold building up. So once this heat shifts back west and that slides down, then that's when we get into our first frosts, and we may even have our first early lake effect snow come about late October, once this cold air can move on into the area. So here we go, another day of record warmth, 5th day in a row in many places. Temperatures about 90, 92 for highs, lots of sunshine. Use the boat if you didn't put it in the water, and the change comes Tuesday night, Wednesday, will start to cool down some. You have yourself a fantastic middle of July day. Keep everything watered, folks.